I told you I can't play with basketball right now.
I want to play basketball.
Zayden, I told you we're doing something
I'm
right
playing
now.
basketball by myself.
Okay, so I need you to sit down or I need you to go on the sidewalk over there. Not behind the car, kid. Not behind the car.
It's hilarious, bro.
This is hilarious. If you leave this in, I'd probably just die. Whatever. Maybe somebody's grilling.
Alright, what do you think the first question should be? Why Mazda? Or is that what Darius said?
No, that's what Darius started with.
Yeah, he did with the why Mazda thing,
Yeah.
right?
Why a Mazda 6?
Alright, guys, so we are back with Xavier. I'm gonna go ahead and ask X some questions about his car, some questions that you guys ask to get those answers, and the most important question, which is your wheel specs. So we're gonna start off with that.
So my wheel specs are...
Alright, so what body kit do you have on the car?
Alright, so everything that's around the car right now is from Mvtuning. With the exception of the splitter that's under my side skirts, those were from Easy Splitter. When I look back at it, I would have probably gone with a different option, but they still look pretty good. They help kind of clean up or touch up the end of the side skirts. So, but everything else from the front things, front splitter, side skirts, rear diffuser, trunk, everything, the grill, everything's from Mvtuning. Mvtuning, you guys need to sponsor me and stop charging me those crazy shipping rates, man. Like, help me out. There's some stuff, I need a new splitter, help me out.
Wait a minute, so the trunk is Mvtuning too?
The trunk is Mvtuning. I know most people typically go for the duckbill, the separate duckbill and 3M, or in some weird cases, they bolt them down to their trunk. The duckbill on this trunk is integrated, so it's all one piece.
Which is a cleaner look,
Maybe
to be honest.
Brandon will get you some B-roll of my OEM trunk, which is sitting on top of my refrigerator right now. Pretty much everything on the outside of this car is from Mvtuning.
And you mentioned the diffuser, right?
Correct, the diffuser as well.
It almost looks like it blends in with your paint.
I've heard that before. Actually, Mike, if you watch this, you said the same thing when we were in Atlanta.
Did the car come factory tinted or did you do that yourself?
No, I got the car tinted. So originally this car, I bought it in Florida, but I drove it up to New York when I still lived up there. NYPD, they're just a pain in the ass about tint. So it was really lightly tinted at that point. I wouldn't say it was about 20%. And then nothing on the windshield. Once I got to Florida and the Florida heat started hitting, I got everything off and now it's 5% all around and I've got 40% on the windshield. So yeah, I definitely had to accommodate Florida when it came to the tint.
For sure, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's horrible, bro.
And you got window visors too, right?
Correct. So I have window visors on the side. I think they're called Well Visor. I got them off of eBay. I like them more than a few of the other options because they still have the chrome trim along the top of it, so it kind of continues the run. From the factory trim, there's not really much of a break. It just suits it a little bit better.
What are those things called again?
What things?
The that's holding your storage.
The roof rack?
The roof rack. Wow, I can't even think of the name.
So yeah, roof rack was actually like, I want to say like my second mod. I put the roof rack on the car before I even lowered it. So the roof rack is from Yakima, the entire set. So it's the core bars and then the pads or the feet, whatever you might call them. Those ran me like, I want to say around $600 for the bars and the entire set to get it mounted. If you guys don't already know, the Mazda 6 already has insert under the roof guard, whatever you want to call it, the roof trim. There are threads where you can bolt down for a roof rack. I'm stuttering a lot because Brandon brought me a beatbox. So
I was trying to get him warmed up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's trying to get me comfortable because this is all awkward or whatever. But yeah, the roof box on the car, however, is a Thule roof box. There are some moments where I feel like I should have gone for something slimmer, but this is my daily driver. I've got 2 kids. I've got to carry a get home kit, which is basically everything that I might need if something in my air system fails. I've got beach chairs just in case I end up at the beach randomly or somewhere where I might want to sit at a car meet. I've got a stroller up there for my daughter. So I need the size, so don't get on me on the size. I know there are slimmer options. I know there are things that look cuter or nicer, but this, in terms of functionality, actually works for me. It's not just for the look of having a roof box. It's actually function because I have no trunk space.
Let's talk about the rear. Is it window visor, window spoiler?
I guess you could call it the window spoiler. So the window spoiler that's on the rear is from Spoiler King. You can find them. They have their own website, so you can get their stuff. Spoiler King, if you guys are watching this video, or if you see this video, you get a link to this video. Give me something, man. Sponsor me. Come on. You guys already used my car for your picture for this roof spoiler, I think. So this might be on the website. Just hook me up with a sponsor.
Yeah, man.
Mvtuning, hook me up with a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yo, hook me up with a sponsorship.
Now we're gonna go down to the exhaust system. What's your exhaust setup?
All right, so guys, I didn't get this exhaust for power or anything. So if you're looking to like supercharge or Cork Sport boost your car, don't go off of this. I just wanted a little bit of a better tone out of the car. So I'm running the Tanabe Medallion. I believe they might have renamed it by now. I did install it, it's just an axle back, but after install and after breaking it in a little while, it still wasn't quite aggressive enough for me, I guess might be the right word. So I did end up removing the resonator section out of the piping as well. So there is straight pipe from the cats down to the axle back. No resonator involved. So now it's got a little bit of rasp, but there's no drone. Under load the car, you know, you can hear the tone, you can hear the exhaust, but it's not anything that's overly aggressive or too loud at all.
What about the motor, bro? Do you have it tuned?
So the car is tuned, tuned by Daniel Routley, DR Tuning, if you want to check him out on Instagram. He does remote tuning, so you don't obviously need to go to him. All you need is an email address, a laptop, and you pay for his kit. He sends you the USB to OBD2 adapter. You wire into your laptop, get a couple logs, exchange a couple emails, and he gets you tuned just right. So the car is tuned right now on 93 octane. It's not making massive power. In my opinion, the car feels probably the way it should have from factory. I'm not expecting, you know, any wild kind of horsepower out of the tune. I really just wanted to feel a little bit better, feel a little bit peppier. I do drive it a lot in manual mode because it lets me creep up in the RPMs and I can get a little bit better feeling out of the tune. Yeah, you know, there's nothing wrong with pushing your Sky Active up to like 6,000 before shifting, but you know,
do you have a sport
it gets
mode?
you in there. Of course I have a sport mode.
I didn't know if yours came with the sport mode or not.
Race car, man, race car.
Race car, baby.
Yeah, man.
What about the suspension? What are you on?
So suspension, I'm on airlift 3P all the way around. So I've got airlift airbags in the rear, airlift struts up front, running on airlift 3P management in the trunk. It's running off of 2 Xaviers compressors, and I think the tank is, if I'm not mistaken, a 5-gallon tank. Yeah, so I mean, I run it right now at ride height. It's about 50 PSI up front, 60 PSI in the rear. But when I did do the install, I did lower the strut in the front, maybe about an inch or 2. So depending on what your settings are, it might vary in terms of the way your ride height looks compared to my own. Still running on factory OEM end links. They are Moog factory replacements, but I'm thinking about going for adjustable end links just to get rid of some of the clunking. I am running on Super Pro LCAs. The benefit you get there is polyurethane bushings, so you get poly bushings and what they deem as a heavy duty ball joint. Pretty sure the ball joint's on the way out already, so I don't know how heavy duty it really is. But again, you do get the benefit of poly bushings, so you don't have to worry about those bushings rotting or going bad over time. You know? I was originally running an InGen cold air intake. I did end up going back to stock because I was having some fuel pump problems. So in the process of diagnosing the fuel pump and the issues I was having with air and fuel, I did put the stock intake back in. The InGen intake sounds amazing though. If you ever hear it, there's a point, I want to say maybe around 2,500 RPM where you just like,
it's addictive.
You just hear it sucking, yeah. Pause.
Dude.
But yeah, it was an awesome intake. Just of note, if you do have a GT and you have the IE loop system, that InGen intake does not work for your car. There's no space for it, so you might want to opt for a short ram rather than a cold air.
All right, tell us about your headlights.
So the headlights actually came from another Mazda guy. His name is, and you can b-roll it right here on my hand, Slow Creep on Instagram. He built them for his car, but then he ended up wrecking the front end and he sold me those headlights. So the headlights are completely custom built. They've got demon eyes in them. He opened them up and redid the LEDs. So they've got sequential lighting that if I wanted to, I could go back and encode all kinds of different ways. Yeah, they're freaking awesome. They're probably one of the biggest changes I've had to the front end of my car aside from the MV grille.
Man, they look sick.
Yeah, I love those headlights. If you are looking for something custom in terms of headlights and LEDs and demon eyes and things of that sort, you can definitely try to reach out to him, see if he can give you a little hand with that.
How do you have the sub hooked up?
The subwoofer in my trunk is a custom setup. I reached out to a local Tampa audio shop. They built me a custom box out of the wheel, not the wheel well, where the spare wheel would be. So I've got a huge little box firing upwards into the trunk. It's got a Kicker L7 in there. It's a 10-inch, but holy crap.
Booms, bro.
Yeah, it booms pretty hard.
And
the
it looks
custom
clean.
box helped so much in terms of I think the terminology from the audio files would be like the SQL or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. It sounds amazing compared to what the factory box that sub came in. The car is a daily, but I do like taking it to shows when I can. I will pop my trunk. There are LEDs in there just to kind of keep it lit. I try to have fun with my trunk. Again, this is why the roof box is on there.
And what kind of underglow do you have?
So the underglow is from One Up Lighting. They're probably, if I had to, and I hate to say this like on video, but they're like just one rung under low glow in terms of brightness. I think they're probably like they're probably second best in terms of LED underglow for cars. Their pricing, however, is what undercuts low glow pretty well. So if you're looking for really good lighting at a lower price, definitely check out One Up Lighting. I've got to finish filling out my sponsorship application, so Brandon will add a link on the bottom of the post of the video, and you guys can go ahead and order your underglow from there.
I feel like we don't need to really go into it because like they can just go click on the video because I'm gonna put a link for it, which is your caliper upgrade. So if you guys want to see more details about that,
so you guys can definitely go back to the video. We didn't detail too much in the video. We were being pretty silly about it.
Yeah.
But the front end, I did end up upgrading the brakes to CX9 calipers. So you can use CX9 calipers on, this is a 2017 Mazda 6. You can use calipers from a 2016 to 2021 CX9. On the front end, you can make that conversion.
All right, so I ran out of memory and I ran out of battery.
Unprofessional.
Unprofessional, man. What kind of strip bar do you got?
So I'm running same thing a lot of you probably are. It's probably the most easily accessible option out there. It's the Megan Racing strut bar. I haven't run without it since the car has been lowered, so I'm not sure of its true impacts. I also don't race the car. The car, again, is not fast. I'm not Daniel. M6 Ninja, what's up, bro?
I think we missed out on the rear camber.
Rear camber. So, I mean, do you want to finally go over specs? Because that seems to be like the entire thing that everyone wants to know is like what my wheel specs are, so they can go find something similar and like make their car. So in order to make my wheel specs work for me, I did end up having to get camber arms for the rear. So I'm currently running Cork Sport rear adjustable camber arms. According to my last alignment, which was just 2 or 3 days ago, I'm about, at ride height, I'm at about -5 in the rear. So that's kind of what you need to be in the range of to properly fit these wheels, whether you want to tuck them or if you're looking for like a fender to lip option if you're bagged. To answer the question, the wheels are Weds Crane. Is it Crans or Cranes? I don't know. People pronounce them differently. Weds Cranes Borfs or Borfies, depending on how you want to pronounce it. They are 19s by 10.5. They're a square setup, so they're the same size on all 4 corners. And they are a +17 offset. They are a 3-piece wheel, so the offset was, you know, set for the car they were on previously. It just so happens that they work perfectly on my car as well. So there you go. You guys have been asking, millions of people, not millions, I'm not that popular. I'm not popular at all.
You do get that question,
but I get
so
that
much.
question in my DMs
all
the time. Anytime
Dude.
I post a picture of my car on Facebook in one of the forums, what are your wheel specs?
What are your wheel specs?
There
What are
you
your wheel
go.
specs?
They're 19 by 9 by 10.5 plus 17s.
Now,
all
what
the
about
way
the
around.
tires?
The tires are 235, 35, 19s. They give a
Yep.
decent stretch. I personally wouldn't go for more of a stretch than that because I feel like you're kind of pushing it.
All right, awesome. I think that's everything for the car, man. Was there anything else you want to say, or
No, bro.
you think you're good? All right, so we're gonna close out the video.
Yeah, man. And if I missed anything, I see the car every day, so there's some subtle changes I've made that maybe I'm not even thinking about or Brandon's not thinking about. but
Yeah. We're
if
thinking
you
about
have
the
more
main
questions,
things.
yeah, if you have more questions, throw them in the comments. I'll try to come in and fill it in. If I don't, I know Brandon will. He's pretty active on his YouTube channel, so
For sure.
any more questions, guys, feel free.
Yeah, man. He basically said my whole outro for me. So
See, man, I should be a
appreciate it.
YouTuber,
Yeah,
bro.
You should be, man.